Moving on to another person who is also saying a few things that we're all looking like, okay, from one person transitioning from secular, gospel to secular, to another person proclaiming about his, dance with the gospel industry, we have Eric Omondi. Now, a lot of us know Eric Omondi as being this comical person. In fact, this week, that video of him washing a car has been trending, and I'm just like, okay, honey, there's a lot going on there, but it's starting to seem very, very believable that he can actually be a woman. I honestly feel like his cross-dressing is way too on point for it not to have been a fantasy in his mind. But again, these are just my speculations. Now, in case you haven't heard, our friend Eric Omondi has actually come out and proclaimed that he was once a Christian and he had backslidden, and now he's decided to rededicate his life again. Now, the first incident happened when it was back in 2002, August 8th. He said that he used to be, he decided to dedicate his life to Christ, and now even more recently in March 2022, during the funeral of the pastors, during the during a funeral, let's say it that way, he decided to also rededicate himself, and he claimed that he really wanted to become a Christian once more. And he said that he was also urged by a couple of the preachers there, a couple of the bishops there, to rededicate his life. He said that I gave my life to Christ back in 2002, August 8th, and the pastor was an encouragement to me. I served as a pastor and with another pastor by the name of Rachel in a choir, and we taught together for Sunday school. He continued to say that that even now he's decided to then rededicate his life again. But back in high school, when he was in Kisumu High, he used to be a preacher. He says, I used to walk when I was in Form 3, and I used to, and I was a preacher because the school was a long way away, and I wanted to target every high school between Kisumu and Kakamega. So that's what he did. He just walked around from Kisumu to Kakamega, and he preached the gospel of Christ, and he was an actual preacher in Form 3. We do not know what that journey ended up being, because after that, how many people did he win to Christ? How many people decided to become Christians due to his calling? It's a lot of questions. It's a very interesting topic. I would genuinely want to see Eric Omondi preaching, because I honestly feel like it would be impossible for him not to crack some ribs in the process. But do you actually feel like if he preached to you, you would be converted? Let me know. Do you think if Eric Omondi was out here trying to preach the gospel of Christ to you and pray the what is it called? It's called the call call to Christ. Do you think you would actually be appealed to it and actually become a Christian, or would you just be like, okay, another comical skit by Eric Omondi? Let us know what your thoughts are.